Jeffrey Bezos, one of the richest men in the world. He serves as the perfect example that money can't buy happiness and it can't buy social skills. This dude is a walking cringe compilation. Now, he hasn't always been this way. I remember a couple years ago there was a blackmail attempt where someone had pictures of his bulge. I don't think it was full-blown nudes, like they didn't have his full cock and balls wiener exposed or anything, or like butthole pics or anything like that. I believe it was just his bulge, and they were threatening to release it. And he's like, yeah, go ahead and do it, pussy. I don't care. He had this like fucking turbo Chad stance. He's like, yeah, go ahead and show the world my massive penis. Oh no. And I was giving him like a round of applause. I was like, damn, what a way of handling that. But now, ever since he went to space, he came back like a super cringe master. Now, of course, most of you are going to remember like a month ago, he had this beautiful speech the first time he went to space, where he thanked all of the Amazon workers and customers for paying for his space trip.
I want to thank every Amazon employee and every Amazon customer, because you guys paid for all of this. So seriously, for every Amazon customer out there and every Amazon employee, thank you from the bottom of my heart.
I don't know about you, but as a man who's used Amazon before, I had tears in my eyes, finally getting a little appreciation for my hard work here and my shopping habits. I was listening to this, pumping my fist like, yes, Jeffy B, glad I could help. You know, I think this is up there with one of the best speeches of all time. In the same conversation as something like JFK's "We choose to go to the moon" speech. This was just so powerful, and it's incredible that Jeffrey Bezos, in all of his wealth, still finds a way to be so down to earth. But not literally, because no doubt when he was in space, he probably shit in the toilet and just sent it back down to our planet, our forsaken little space rock. Just as a reminder of our place in Jeffy B's grand scheme here, he can literally shit on us whenever he wants to. Now, Mr. Bezos has always been known as a man of class, so I really appreciated him giving thanks to the Amazon workers that made this space travel possible, and I'm sure they appreciated the gesture. As they were pissing in their bottles at the warehouse, I'm sure they had a faint smile on their face as they were celebrating their CEO's success. Now, this is not the most recent thing he did, but I just thought it was worth mentioning because Jeffrey Bezos has become the fucking spicy cringe deity supreme. It's actually incredible how often he's able to embarrass himself like this. What happened yesterday, though, is the new gold standard for billionaire embarrassing moments. So he sent William Shatner to space, Captain Kirk, and when William Shatner returned, he had like a life-altering experience. He was extremely moved. Jeffrey didn't give a fuck.
Is it different than what you thought? It happened so quickly. You know what the impression I had that I never expected to have.
I love how desperate Jeff Bezos looks to just get the fuck out of the conversation. He looks like me back in high school trying my best to pay attention in class, but not doing a great job of even faking it. He is so bored out of his mind, he just wants to go butt chug some champagne with the boys and girls over there at the frat party.
Is you shooting up?
Oh my God. Give
And
me a
this new
champagne
sky.
bottle. Come here. I want one. I want to hear this. Here. You want a little of this? Okay.
The champagne showers have begun. Smiles all around. William Shatner taking in the moment clearly.
Yeah, William Shatner did seem like he was having a good time. Admittedly, I don't know why William was trying to tell it like a campfire story, hoping everyone would like gather around to listen to his wisdom or something at the Christmas fireplace or whatever. Like, it's, you know, maybe not the best time to be trying to tell some kind of profound story, but extremely douchey from Jeff to just completely interrupt him like, can you shut the fuck up, you geriatric old man? I'm trying to fucking shoot champagne, baby! Let's see some titties! We're fucking hosing everyone down as William's trying to talk. And offering him champagne is kind of a slap in the face and spitting in his mouth because William Shatner is a recovering alcoholic. And so he's just champagne showering everyone, and then he gets fucking bukkakied with champagne too, so William's just getting blasted with champagne as Bezos is clapping and laughing, all while Shatner has a history of alcohol abuse. So that was pretty cool, Jeff. Now, from what I understand, and these are all rumors and whatever, but William Shatner is apparently pretty egotistical himself. But I still feel for him here because he was very clearly moved by this experience. He played fucking Captain Kirk in Star Trek. Him going to space is probably something he's dreamed about his entire life. Then he finally gets to go to space with a smile on his face and cum in his pants, and Jeff just can't give him a moment to just kind of like unwind before trying to waterboard him with champagne. Now, in all fairness, I think it's important that I mention right after this clip, Jeff does allow William Shatner to speak. He gives him like a 10 minutes to just talk about his experience, and I was expecting him to interrupt it again with like a keg stand this time around, maybe even snorting coke off of a stripper's butthole or something, just telling William to, shut up while he does a line, but he doesn't. He lets William continue and talk for like 8 to 10 minutes, so that was nice. But it doesn't make this first exchange here any less awkward and cringy. And I just wanted to share it just because I was kind of giggling about it. Felt bad for William Shatner, but god damn it, what an incredible little disaster on camera here. And that's about it. See ya. Gwyneth Paltrow is a world-famous actress. Most of you are going to know her from her role in Iron Man and the Avengers and everything, where she plays Pepper Potts. I first became aware of her in Sky Captain and the World of Tomorrow, a movie that I convinced myself was only a dream about once every 5 or 6 years until I, for some reason, remember it and decide to Google it. But the point being, she's a well-known actress. She's been around for a long time. And now she's graduated from acting and has gone full-time into scamming with her company, Goop. Goop you've probably heard of, a lot of YouTubers, a lot of outlets, pretty much everyone in the world has made shitting on Goop because it's pseudoscience that aims to scam women and exploit them for products they don't need and don't do anything. She basically sells queefs in a jar that are supposed to like realign your energy electromagnetic field and reset your chakra vibrations to send you to a different dimensional plane where you're healthier. It's a bunch of garbage. It's straight fucking nonsense. And I'm not even exaggerating with the example of queefs in a jar. I know that sounds extreme, but I mean, look at this new product that she's putting out that's already sold out. It's called This Smells Like My Vagina. It's a candle that smells like Gwyneth Paltrow's pussy. And to that I say, it's about damn time. Ever since I first saw Sky Captain, I've been going to bed tossing and turning, just being kept awake at night wondering, what does Gwyneth Paltrow's vagina, her cooter, what does it smell like? And now I can finally get the answer, or so I thought. I had to add myself to the fucking waiting list, and I've been on the waiting list for 4 days now, and it hasn't come back in stock. I don't know how hard it is just to stick some candle wax up your pussy. I mean, take one for the team, Gwyneth. You're selling this. At least have enough in stock so I can get one. God, I want this product almost as much as I want an air freshener that smells like Amy Schumer's asshole. In all honesty, I'm not overly interested in Gwyneth Paltrow's pussy candles. I'm not trying to have my whole house smell like Tony Stark's fingers. What I want to focus on is her new Netflix series called The Goop Lab, which is basically an entire show trying to normalize pseudoscience and promote and market pseudoscience, which I find to be more than just goofy, like what my vagina smells like, and it's just downright dangerous, especially in the current climate of things where this large group of stupid troglodytes think the earth is flat and these fucking Facebook wino alcoholic moms think vaccines are evil, so people aren't vaccinating their kids, which let me just quickly say, if you're not vaccinating your kids, you need to be thrown in jail. You're an absolute waste to society, a detriment to the whole fucking world, and you should be thrown in the slammer, and those kids should not be allowed out in public until they're vaccinated. Not the kids' fault, their parents are fucking idiots, but they need to be vaccinated, and those parents need to get the fuck out of here. Just wanted to get that out there real quick. So I'm thinking, what I'm saying here is I think the Goop Lab is the worst possible thing Netflix could possibly put on their catalog at the moment.
So what happens in a workshop?
Everyone gets off.
What the fuck are you doing to people?
That is the most fitting introduction to this pile of dog shit. What the fuck are you doing to people, Gwyneth Paltrow? I just still can't believe Goop is ever accepted as anything more than a joke to people. There was a whole fucking thing that Goop tried to promote of walking around barefoot because it cures depression. They said that by walking around barefoot, you're reconnecting with the earth itself and its energies. Gwyneth Paltrow says she gets stung by bees on purpose because it's healthy. They had a $55 jade egg that they were selling that you stick up your vagina. vagina, but then there became a lot of health risks associated with the jade egg, so they take it down. There's so much bafflingly awful shit in Goop. They tried to tell you to start yachting because yachting was good for your spirit, so they'd recommend these expensive yachting trips from Goop. It's fucking crazy. Like, half their shit sounds like something out of the Mad Max universe where you spray your fucking face with chrome and you go to Valhalla. They're really into these cleanses. They have a nothing but goat milk diet cleanse where you drink and eat nothing but goat milk for 8 days to heal yourself of parasites. They have this fucking shamanic healing ritual. They also have this bra burning ritual that they say gets rid of all the bad energy from your ex-boyfriends. So they promote that to burn bras in your own house, nearly lighting your fucking house on fire. It's crazy shit. It's absolute insanity.
I had an exorcism.
Oh, wow. She knew something that my husband didn't even know.
You want to talk about the vulva?
Yep, they've got it all. Psychic mediums, energy healing, and orgasms. There's a huge emphasis on orgasms here, as if Goop is known for orgasms. It's quite the opposite. They literally dry your vagina up. They promote vaginal steaming to get rid of moisture in your vagina. The last thing you're having following anything from Goop is an orgasm. But I mean, yeah, this show is just a piece of shit, and it's just outright dangerous, and Gwyneth Paltrow has gone completely off the deep end. I know a lot of these Hollywood weirdos, for some reason, get really into this garbage, like, you know, Scientology and shit like that, but this is so much worse, because she's actively out here marketing pseudoscience and exploiting women across the world with this absolute bullshit. Again, I know people shit on Gwyneth Paltrow and Goop all the time, but it's really important to do that now with the Goop Lab about to air. I guarantee there's a lot of very impressionable young women or completely out of touch boomer women that take it at face value, think it's real, then all of a sudden it's the gateway drug to not vaccinating their kids, and that fucks all of us. I don't know why the fuck Netflix would think that something like this is a good idea. I don't know what they're gonna do next. Maybe Netflix is gonna fund a Holocaust denying documentary type thing. I don't know, because it seems like now they've opened the floodgates to complete lunacy. It's stupid, it's frustrating, and it makes me mad as shit that pseudoscience is as popular as it is at the moment. And flat earth, that's harmless. You know, I'm fine with that pseudoscience existing because people like to, you know, think they're smarter than everyone else. Oh, there's lizard people among us, the earth is flat. That's fine, that's harmless. But the second you stop vaccinating your kids and bringing back these old diseases and making them stronger, that's when the line needs to be drawn from this is comically goofy to holy fuck, this is something we need to actually take action on and be aware of. It's dangerous. That's the Goop Lab. That's what I feel like this show is going to be. It's just fucking bullshit. I hate it. That's it. So yeah. Humanity has never unanimously agreed on something in its entire history of existence. There's people that don't believe in dinosaurs. People fucking unironically believe the world is flat and that the snow is not real and the snow that we get is just plastic or toxic chemicals that are making their dicks smaller. There is never been a case where everyone in the world agrees on something until Jeffrey Epstein died in prison. You see, everyone in the world pretty much agrees that he was killed. There's the huge meme, Jeffrey Epstein didn't commit suicide. Somehow, this has united humanity, at least in some small way, in the belief that Jeffrey Epstein's death was at least fishy. Now, what does that have to do with today's video of a boomer telling the worst lie that's ever been recorded? Well, it's because that boomer is Prince Andrew, and he's facing child sex charges in wake of Jeffrey Epstein's case coming to light. And here he is defending himself with the worst fucking lying I've ever seen. Everyone's lied. You know, I'm sure some of you have lied about eating the last cookie in your mom's cookie jar, but no one has ever told a lie less convincing than Prince Andrew's. There's a bulletproof defense right there, Prince Andrew. Yep, you've really convinced us now. You could literally see on his face those old senile gears in his head turning, firing on all cylinders, turning on the turbo afterburners to come up with any excuse possible, and he drums up the dumbest fucking one imaginable. You could hear him stuttering like a child in elementary school who got called on to read a book out loud in front of the class, and then he comes up with, well, that can't possibly be correct because Well, there you have it. That's ironclad, watertight. Throw the whole fucking story out now. Clearly, this man is such an adrenaline junkie, such a seasoned veteran, battle-hardened gladiator, warrior, championship monster man, fighting on the front lines of battle, eating bullets for breakfast for the sake of his country, and his body is no longer capable of producing sweat. An autonomic function of the body is now just rendered useless to this man's chiseled grease. I mean, it's laughable when you think that a man like him is capable of sweating after everything he's been through. To accuse him of something so mundane as sweat, it's laughable. Laughable. You know who else doesn't sweat, Prince Andrew? Reptilians. Something to think. Science doesn't lie. To be fair, I also very rarely sweat, even if I work out really hard. Some people just sometimes have a hard time sweating. You know who's not one of those people? Prince Andrew. It takes one simple Google search to find thousands of pictures of this man sweating like a fucking faucet being turned on. This fucking boomer sweats more than a hentai lover in church. I don't know why he would tell a lie that is so easily thrown out by just Googling Prince Andrew sweat. It's fucking stupid, man. What a horrible goddamn lie. It'd be such a sad question to get asked. Are you sure you didn't meet her, or is it possible you just don't remember meeting her because you're such a high-level fucking senile? Well, you can't argue with that. It's pretty useless when the question is just answered with a, I don't know. Like if my girlfriend came home, Charlie, why is there the crusty sock in the laundry room and pubic hair trimmings in the sink? I have no idea. I don't know who's done that. Perhaps a burglar. He must have come in and trimmed his pubes in our sink and jerked off in a sock. Just not getting any answers out of him throughout the rest of the interview. It's just kind of boring from here on out. But I just really wanted to talk about the I don't sweat line. I don't know what the allegations even are against Prince Andrew. I don't know what he's accused of. All I know is that anyone in the world that's ever told a lie, which is everyone out there, can immediately recognize all of that leading up to the I don't sweat and the I don't sweat as a really shitty lie that anyone would be embarrassed of. That's the kind of lie you'd tell in high school and lie awake at night just cringing about into your 30s. Yeah, it's like, and the way he gets to it with the stuttering, sounding like Patrick Starr going about Man Ray. I don't sweat. It's just fucking, it's sad, you know, that's the lie that he chose. The fucking I don't sweat. It's a classic. And yeah, that's really just about it. So yeah. I, like most people, enjoyed Neil deGrasse Tyson's work. I loved Cosmos, I liked Star Talk, and I thought of him as a very positive figure in the scientific community, making science fun for everyone, entertaining to a younger demographic, and just enjoyable overall. And that all changed when I followed him on Twitter. This dude's Twitter is fucking nuts. It seems like he's completely separated himself from even the most basic level of humanity. It's like he went so deep into the cosmos that he popped out of the universe's asshole, saw a bunch of shit that he didn't like, re-entered the universe's butthole like a finger during a prostate exam, and now he's just a weird Twitter lunatic. Today, in light of the recent tragedies, he had the audacity to tweet this shit out. Now, a lot of pseudo-intellectual Redditors were like, oh, why is everyone all upset? He's just spouting facts. And yes, while the statistics he lists here are accurate, although the medical death number there is a little misleading, I recommend you look into that and why it is the way it is right there. It doesn't matter because what his tweet here reads is, it basically just trivializes the mass shootings, which is such a fucked up take. It's like he's a death hipster. Yeah, I was appreciating deaths over 48 hours before it was cool by the media, as he fucking smokes a joint and then sniffs his own farts. It's such a horrible take on a tragedy, double tragedy. I just can't believe that he would sit there, look up the stats, because there's no way he knew it by memory. He just wanted to compare this to bigger numbers to try and trivialize it. Like, I don't understand what point he's making, to be honest. I guess the point he's making is people are dying all the time, but we only care when the media picks up on it. But that's such a weird fucking hill to die on, because the deaths he lists here, save for the deaths via handgun, are deaths that are actively being worked towards fixing. Shit that are accidents, literally accidents. The mass shootings were deliberate attempts to kill people. People going to Walmart to buy fucking yogurt and shit getting blasted by a lunatic. I can't even believe that he would compare something like that to a car accident. It's unbelievable to me, and it made me so fucking upset because, again, I did like this guy. I haven't liked him for a little while because I followed his Twitter, but man, he is so disconnected from just actual humanity. It's sickening. It's a guy, he's like the real-life Rick Sanchez with no humor about him or wit or really anything good about Rick Sanchez. The only thing he has from Rick is that he's into science and he doesn't give a shit about anything, I guess. It's just so fucking wild to me. This is actually something we talked about on the official podcast today. This basically boils down to that argument people make all the time, like, shit, I got a bad grade and, you know, I hurt my ankle so I can't play basketball. I'm not doing well. I'm going through some shit. And then your friend or someone you don't really know that well says, oh yeah? Well, there's people starving in other parts of the world, so think about that for a little perspective. You don't have it that bad, Cody. It's really not that bad compared to someone else. just invalidating what you're going through, trivializing it because people have it worse. Which is incredibly fucking stupid because no one has the right to tell you how you should be feeling. It's like the same thing with depression. Oh, why are you depressed? You have all this good shit going for you. By that same metric, no one should be allowed to be happy except for Jeff Bezos. Because he is the happiest man in the world, so how could anyone else be happy? Oh, what are you happy for? Oh, you just graduated college? Yeah, Jeff Bezos has $100 billion. Why are you happy, pussy? Does that sound right? Let's get rid of happiness because no one's as happy and well off as Jeff Bezos. It's the stupidest fucking argument. It's downright deplorable. And it's exactly what Neil has done with mass shootings. Imagine him saying this to the families of one of the victims. Yeah, hey, look, I know your son was just killed in this shooting, but did you know 200 some people are dying every 48 hours from suicide? You really shouldn't get this emotional just because it's a spectacle. Oh, thank you, Neil. Yes, I needed that statistical drop of wisdom right there. You telling me that makes it a much easier pill to swallow. Thank you so much, Neil, for your sage advice. You omniscient being of science. It's just, I have no fucking idea what you're doing with this tweet. I really just don't get it. It's so fucked up. I just can't believe that anyone would defend that complete lack of sympathy or really just lack of emotion in general. Here's some cold hard statistics that are in no way related to a mass shooting, but these are bigger numbers, so bang, I'm just gonna jerk that off onto Twitter. Enjoy my science, dick. I really just can't stand this guy anymore. His whole Twitter is like this. The tweet right underneath this one, the one he tweeted before this, also grinds my nutsack to a dust as well. Fucking mortar and pestles it into a fine powder. It's about a poster for a horror movie that has a snowflake on it, and Neil deGrasse Tyson gives this little, oh, this is a very accurate snowflake. Oh, if I was an elementary school teacher, I would be giving this one an A+. It is the most scientifically accurate representation of a snowflake I've ever seen in my entire goddamn life. It's amazing. What a snowflake. That's his whole fucking Twitter feed. He is literally the meme of, well, actually, as he wiggles his finger into a conversation. That's his whole goddamn Twitter. I know he had that viral tweet a while back, you know, when Lord of the new Hobbit movie came out, and he's like, hey, well, if the hobbits were actually this short, their digestive tract would be very small, and their shits would be only about 5 centimeters long. You know, get a load of that. They wouldn't be taking big shits at all, and their feet couldn't be that big. It was just stupid garbage nonsense. And not even a week ago, Neil deGrasse Tyson was snorting lines of coke and tweeting, melting down about the fucking Disney Frozen 2 snowflake not being an accurate representation of a snowflake. And then he, you know, makes this whole hoopla about it because God forbid an animation be a little bit different in its representation of a snowflake. So Neil deGrasse Tyson's just the preeminent expert on all things snowflake related, and shame on Disney for not contacting him about how it should look in their movie. I don't know if this was supposed to be a joke, but it doesn't read as a joke, it doesn't work as a joke, and then he goes on to like justify him criticizing it and wanting it changed. So he clearly didn't frame it as a joke. He was just like, hey, this is fucking wrong, and I'm Neil deGrasse Tyson, so I'm putting my whole fucking dick in here. And I just don't get it. This man doesn't understand like humanity anymore. All he understands is garbage, Twitter garbage, and shit like that. He's a shit poster, an edgelord shit poster now. I just don't know what's gone on. He's just become, well, it's not even he's become, his whole Twitter's been like this. But he's just this fucking Twitter asshole, man. And it's super sad. But he's been like a harmless edgelord. Like the Disney Frozen 2 shit, that's pretty trivial in comparison to his tweet today. That's just downright evil in my opinion. Yeah, let me go ahead and take this stance on it where only 34 people died. Look at all these other people that have died over 48 hours. Pretty silly in comparison, right? You guys only care about the big spectacles. You're such a fucking asshole, Neil. You really are, man. Just take a step back and realize the kind of shit that you're saying and how it comes across. I really don't even know your intention behind the tweet. Some people are saying, oh, he had a good intention behind it but framed it wrong and phrased it wrong in a bad way. But I don't see how that's ever a good intention, to point out other problems that people are aware exist and are actively trying to work on, whereas mass shootings in the US are a huge problem that no one really has a solution on. So what's the point in comparing the two? There's no overlap. Yeah, they're both problems. That's the only thing they have in common. It's just so insensitive and fucked up. That's about it. So yeah. I've said this before, and now it's time to dust it off and say it again. And I don't care whose feelings get hurt by this. Just like a suppository, I don't care if your ass gets sore. It's time to hit you with the truth. It is extremely embarrassing when somebody makes one thing their entire personality. Whether that's being a fan of a show, being a fan of a band, or expanding beyond it. If you have like a shtick that becomes a meme, making that meme your entire brand and your entire life. I find that to be cringe. And the internet is, of course, a portal to cringe, so let's show you who I believe to be the most sad specimen when it comes to this phenomenon. Salt Bae. Salt Bae is a restaurant owner who rose to fame because he sprinkles salt down his arm like this while wearing goofy sunglasses. He looks like a time traveler from a steampunk dystopia. He took off as a meme and kind of a joke online, but then that meme got made into real flesh. He adopted that as part of his soul, and it has now become his entire identity. He translated all of that online buzz into real-world success, so his restaurants are actually quite popular, and they're known for extremely overpriced food, most notably this abomination. This is a steak wrapped in edible gold, and I think it looks truly awful. That shit looks like a poorly wrapped Christmas present, but what's even worse here is Salt Bae himself, the Santa Claus of meat. He comes to the table when you order something like this and puts on a little song and dance, so he cuts up the gold steak, and then he hits it with his signature anime finishing move where he sprinkles the salt down his arm, and then he grabs a piece of the steak on a knife and then dangles it over any woman at the table's face. He just like dangles the meat over there like he's at like a petting zoo or something, and then the women are expected to like lift up and then bite the meat off of his knife. It's pretty embarrassing to watch. Like, I can only imagine going there and seeing your girlfriend do that. You'd be like, damn, this is expensive and I feel like I'm getting cucked, even though everyone's clothes are still on. It's just, I think it's goofy, very silly, but overall, it's harmless cringe. But as is so often the case with these memers turned celebrities, he flew too close to the sun. I think this shtick was never entertaining. I never really saw the comedy stylings of sprinkling salt down his arm to be gut-busting or anything, but it's not like it bothered me either that he got popular from it. But he became way too pretentious with it, and to the point where he felt entitled to be on the field during the World Cup when Argentina won. So he went onto the field after Argentina won the World Cup, and he tried to make the entire trophy ceremony and everything about him. If you go to his Instagram, it's so many pictures of him holding the World Cup, you'd think he was part of the team that won it, even though he had nothing to do with it. And then he also has that picture in the bottom right that looks like he actually fished a piece of poop out of a toilet at one of his restaurants and was playing with it. So he was rightfully getting dunked on by everyone on the internet for this shit, and I just want to show you some of his worst moments here because, man, it is so bad. By far the worst one is him trying to get Messi's attention. So you can see him kind of like harassing him and yanking on him to try and get Messi to acknowledge him. Kind of like a toddler trying to get his dad's attention. But Messi's having no part of it. He's actually celebrating with the people that matter to him and his team, his family. And he doesn't give a fuck about Salt Bae pestering him for like a photo for his Instagram. It's so embarrassing to look at. Now, apparently, Salt Bae and Messi have met before. He wasn't like a complete stranger, but Messi just ate at one of his restaurants and Salt Bae fed him a piece of food. Like, it's not like they were inseparable friends or something. And the gall to go out on the field after the World Cup win and act like you're somehow best buddies with everyone on the team is so laughable and pathetic. It was so bad, in fact, that now FIFA is investigating how he even got on the field in the first place, because they're not entirely sure. The leading theory is that he was able to get on the field because he's somewhat friends with the FIFA commissioner, like the head of the FIFA org. So that's the leading theory, but even that's not 100% certain from what I've read. But yeah, let's take a peek at some of those videos he filmed because, man, they're classics. Just like taking a trophy from a baby. So Salt Bae continues to like yank on the trophy until finally the player just relinquishes control to it, and Salt Bae hoists it up as if he's somehow responsible for it. He also shakes his finger no to the baby, letting him know that it's his turn, it's his trophy, he fucking deserved it. He put nutrients in that team's body one time fucking 4 years ago. So he's just as much a part of the crew as anyone else there. He has every right to this trophy. The delusion is remarkable. It should almost be studied. And of course you can't go for a single video without hitting him with that salt sprinkle. Because, man, that's so good. It's so iconic even, man. You can't get enough of that one. Man, that guy's face really tells the whole story. That discomfort. Faking a smile, but his eyes are just beyond annoyed. Wondering who is this guy, and why is he squeezing on my hand and trying to grab the trophy from me? This one's a real quick one, hitting him with a wow and then spanking the trophy, giving it a little slap on the keister there. And you can see yet another player very uncomfortable with Salt Bae's presence. He's just this like miasma of uncomfortableness. He swoops in like this absolute plague of awkwardness. He shouldn't be there, and everyone knows it, and he is there, ruining the moment. It's so fucking weird. Oh, here's a great one for the scrapbook. Yeah, biting on his medal there. I'm sure he really liked that. A guy that he is not friends with, doesn't even really know, coming out of nowhere for a photo op, and then surprising biting on the medal. Though I guess in Salt Bae's defense, the medal does look a bit like a waffle, so maybe he got a little confused. Maybe he was hungry. There were a couple more sightings of Salt Bae out there making a fool out of himself, but I think these are by far the worst, so there's no reason to keep dunking your head in here into the cringe. I just wanted to make it very clear that this is some absolute clown behavior. I never think it's a good idea to try and make one thing your entire identity. Whether it's a meme, whether it's you just being a fan of something, I always think that that's always just going to be a path to cringe. Just imagine getting a huge ego because you sprinkle salt down your arm on overpriced steak. This isn't the only case of this happening though, by the way, and I've talked about one other before that I'll briefly mention here since it's related. You might remember during E3 a couple of years ago when Keanu Reeves made a surprise appearance, there was that "you're breathtaking" moment that, you know, captured the world and tugged on everyone's heartstrings. Well, the audience member who shouted out, "No, you're breathtaking," which became a huge, online deal, the guy who shouted that tried to make an entire career just off of that one line, that one moment, trying to capture that lightning in a bottle over and over again. He became a YouTuber and streamer who tagged everything with hashtag "you're breathtaking" or hashtag breathtaking and called himself the breathtaking guy. I think. I can't quite be certain if he called himself the breathtaking guy. I don't really remember exactly what he gave himself, but I do remember everything he did. He did it with the "you're breathtaking" as the forefront. That was his whole brand and that was his whole online identity, and tried to make a career out of it. It didn't really work. It kind of worked in the beginning because it was still like a wholesome moment and it didn't seem like he was trying to clout chase off of just that one thing. But then it lasted for over a year. Like, I still kept up with him like a year later to see if he was still doing it, if he'd finally like graduated from that and started to maybe pivot into a different kind of shtick or even no shtick at all and just being a streamer or a YouTuber. But he never did in the entire time I was checking in on him. It was always going by the "you're breathtaking" moment to try and make that his thing. And it didn't pan out super well. Last I saw, he was streaming to about like 10 viewers at the time. And I just felt really bad for him because this is one of those moments where you have this huge blow up almost overnight because of one thing that you did that everyone loved. So you want to keep doing that because everyone loved it, but then you wear it out. It overstays its welcome. And then eventually you end up in a position like Salt Bae, where it's just kind of washed up, it's run its course, and now you just look silly for continuing to embrace it and continuing to try and sell that. So I just wanted to bring this up because I think Salt Bae is a bit of a loser, especially for this World Cup shit. That's about it. See ya. People keep recommending this Jose Canseco video. Baseball doesn't exist.
He's introduced the game's biggest stars to steroids and then told on the game's biggest stars for doing steroids. He's been called a liar, a cheater, a drug addict, and a wife beater. He's fought a man who's 7 feet tall, and he's fought a man who's 5'6". He's been to prison, he's lived in a garage, he's been on reality TV shows, he's written 2 New York Times best-selling books, and has even claimed to have met aliens. Jose Canseco has done it all, and he's done it weirder than anybody in baseball history. Shortly after Jose Canseco was drafted, that's right, for an entire series of games, he didn't hit, he didn't field, he didn't do anything. He collected bats and balls, and was laughed at and made fun of by teammates and coaches.
It's an important position, though.
This was enough
Someone's got to do it.
Canseco to he gained 25 pounds of muscle that offseason, came back to baseball, and quickly became the Athletics' #1 prospect. Probably be one of the very few, if not the only.
Wait, is that true? For $5,000, you can hunt Bigfoot with Jose Canseco? That sounds like the best use of $5,000 ever. And there can't be that many people paying $5,000 to hunt fucking Sasquatch with Jose Canseco. Do you think if we reached out, we could get him to come hunt the skunk ape instead? Someone's got to catch the skunk ape down here, and I think Jose Canseco is the man for it.
He would be the first player in history to hit 40 home runs and steal 40 bases in a single season. Everybody called him an arrogant show-off, and then that season,
he did it.
The first player in history to hit 40 home runs and steal 40 bases. And then everybody just called him an arrogant show-off who was the best player in the world. By the time he left Oakland in 1992, he had been arrested several times, once for going 140 miles per hour and leading cops on a 15-mile chase.
Wow!
Jose has since
Do they have
claimed
footage
that
of
he
that?
was also anyway, in 1992, he was arrested again for
He
ramming
kept
his
it
car
loaded
into
for
his wife's car
Bigfoot.
during an argument at a gas station. This was the first time.
Well, maybe
Jose
his
got
wife
in
was
trouble
having an
for
affair with
harming his wife,
Bigfoot. God
but Jose
damn.
maintains
How
that
deep
this
does it
was
go,
just
I
a
wonder?
simple-
Before I forget, I have to know, is there footage of that police chase?
At one point,
That's gotta be fucking great. Jose Canseco going 140 on a goddamn police pursuit. Probably tossing baseballs and Bigfoot food out of the window or something, like bait. This wasn't even close. They didn't even give me like a Jose Canseco related video. They just gave me police chases. And then a Grand Theft Auto cutscene over here, basically. Jesus Christ.
So, according to Canseco, he didn't hit his wife with his car because of steroids. He did it because he was pissed off at her. So, you really can't blame steroids. I guess you have to blame him. You also can't blame steroids for the time his 20-pound tortoise worth $25,000 escaped his backyard into traffic, forcing a sheriff to save its life in 1991. He was also pulled over with goats in the back of his car in 2013.
So he's like Dan
It was a
Bilzerian,
scary
but less
situation,
rich.
But luckily, the goats were wearing diapers. Instances like this
Oh,
have
that's
always
good.
been part of. A few days later, the Harrisburg Heat, a professional soccer team from Pennsylvania, offered Canseco a contract, but
That had to
he
hurt like
declined.
shit.
This may be the most memorable moment of Jose Canseco's time in Texas, and perhaps his entire playing career, but there were a lot of significant
That
events
single-handedly
occurred
gave
while
him
he
an
played for the
encephalon
Rangers.
injury.
Probably the one with the
Holy
most
shit.
impact was Tommy Lasorda said Canseco seemed a little bit out of shape. He responded by calling Lasorda a chubby little fat troll who was the worst Humpty Dumpty pasta-eating moron I've ever seen.
Yeah,
So
that
Jose
sounds
was not
reasonable.
taking retirement very well.
Get
Canseco
blasted,
believed that he was
nerd.
being blackballed by MLB.
He learned that
because
on
they
League
knew
of
that he had
Legends.
such a huge... During this time, Jose began making money by allowing fans to bid for a chance to spend the day with him at his house while he was on house arrest. Potential activities
That's so
included hanging out
good.
by the pool, martial arts lessons, grilling steaks, and taking batting practice. A diehard
Hey, I'm
fan
under
won
house
this
arrest. Come
contest
pay to hang
for
out with me.
25.
Is there footage of Jose Canseco fighting? Oh, yes. How deep does the Jose Canseco lore go?
However, Canseco's true athletic calling in recent years hasn't been baseball. It's been MMA and boxing. His boxing
Yeah.
career began in 2008 when he
go.
fought Vi Sikahema.
He recently fought an intern at Barstool Sports and took a dive just to get money for the fight because he was broke. What the fuck? To be honest, I was thinking about that the other day. Like, I was pretty disappointed when Ben Askren got fucking blasted by Jake Paul, and it was pretty clear like he didn't care. He just wanted to get out quickly. I was thinking like that. Like, if I got challenged to a fight with one of the Paul brothers, I'd probably just take the check and take a dive instantly. Like, I'd just, like, fall right on the mat and just call it a day. It's like, that's speed running a fat check for doing nothing. Like, now I have nothing against Ben Askren for it now, the more I think about it. So if Jose Canseco pulled a Ben Askren, good for him. Dude's 90 years old. Contaminated with steroids and hunting Bigfoot.
The fight was in Philadelphia. Vince Papale was the referee, and Canseco walked in with
Vince
a bunch
Papale?
of fake tattoos. Bonaducci is only 5'6",
And he
but the
wore
fight
fake
ended in a
tattoos?
draw,
Why?
although some scares. Canseco then decided to put his black belts in Taekwondo,
Why would he
Kung
wear
Fu,
fake
and Muay Thai to
tattoos?
use by challenging
Like the
Hong
sponge
Man Choi.
ones?
Jose had no chance, but I guess he really needed the money, so he volunteered to get pummeled by one of the scariest people ever. The fight lasted 1 minute, but only a few months later, he returned to the ring to fight Todd the Punisher Polton, who was basically just a random guy from Massachusetts who's known for fighting a few celebrity boxing matches and
Let's
for
go,
having an insane
Todd!
face tattoo.
Fuck
Polton
yeah, Todd!
was 5'10", but Canseco won this fight by decision. The
Damn.
next year, Jose fought Gary
beat
Hogan
Todd?
in
He's
Little Rock,
unbeatable.
Arkansas before an Arkansas Travelers AAA baseball game. Gary Hogan was a 60-year-old man and an ex-baseball coach. He only weighed 191 pounds, but the fight ended in a draw. Again, it seems pretty clear.
He just
Jose
fought
went
some
beyond the man.
spectator
In
at the fucking
2011,
match.
Canseco was scheduled to fight Billy Patton.
Which
a
one of you is
boxing
the oldest
trainer
one
in
here?
Florida. but when he took
Alright,
his
get your old
shirt
ass
off
in the
and was
ring. We're gonna
preparing
fight.
to enter the ring for another fight in 2016
Appreciate
when
it.
Jose was scheduled to fight Lindsay Lohan's dad, but that never happened.
Lindsay
Jose was supposed to fight
Lohan's
Lenny Dykstra
dad?
In 2011, but Lenny pulled out the last minute and
Who's
was
next?
replaced by the
Macaulay
guy who crashed
Culkin's
the White House
butler?
dinner party.
From
Jose
20
won that
years
fight
ago?
after a bunch of Jose is currently scheduled to fight Barstool Sports employee Billy Football on February 21st, and we wish Jose the best of
I'm
luck.
excited to
Believe it or
watch
not,
that
fighting
now.
is actually
Aliens have been trying to teach us how to time travel, but first we have to change our body composition, which we are not willing to do. We have tried with animals and it has failed. Well, if anyone was close enough to changing their body composition to be on a time travel wavelength with aliens, it's probably Jose Canseco. His body is composed of like 10% water, 5% blood, and 85% steroids. So he's probably like knocking on the door, like on the cusp, I would imagine. I mean, I can't speak for the aliens and their technology, but you know.
At one point, he proposed to his girlfriend on Twitter. She ignored him, so he called her a quote-unquote egotistical and easy lay. He posted...
What? This is fucking wild! He proposed to his girlfriend through Twitter, got left on red, and then immediately just went on like the Reddit nice guy shit. You bitch! How dare you! Wow.
Mark McGuire refused to show up because Canseco was there, but Jose apologized to McGuire anyway, and things worked out for Canseco. He was hired to be part of the Oakland broadcast team in 2017, but was asked not to return the next season after a series of tweets about sexual assault. And that's basically...
What? I see the difference, I guess, because I was a good-looking guy and these politicians look like a bag of boogers. Wow. It's like something I'd hear as an insult in Codename Kids Next Door. This... wow.
And that's what makes Jose Canseco an American hero.
Yeah, I mean...
Nobody cares about you either, fat You got no balls, that's why you don't say it to my face.
This is crazy.
Human feces.
That was a lot more interesting than I thought it would be. This is the second baseball player that has the craziest fucking lore. What was the other guy's name? Paul Hamburger or something super American? What was it? The guy we lost. Oh, this is when he fought Todd the Punisher. Let's go, Jose! No one's ever fought Todd and lived to tell the tale. Let's go, Todd! Has Todd ever fought before? Ever? Even, like, by accident one time? Let's go, Todd! This is where we make our comeback! He's going for the rhino charge. Come on, Todd! Ugh. Todd's just toying with him before he ends it all. He's about to put this match to bed. Boo is right. Not very good. And we already know Jose wins that fight. He got TKO'd by Barstool Sports intern Billy Football. 46 minutes. Don't want to watch 46 minutes of it. How about from this channel, Fittest Gamers? Okay. That's a DMCA waiting to happen. Damn, Billy Football's feeling it! Oh, is that the whole fight? So he really did just take a full-on dive, huh? That's a shame. I think only one baseball player per Just Chatting night, I would say. Because now Lenny and Jose, I'm convinced these baseball players have got some fucking good meat. Like, there's some content there. You see Brian Johnson posting his son's boner statistics and comparing them with his own boner stats. Yes, actually. I even have that pulled up right here. Matt sent me this last night. So Brian Johnson, the immortal vampire searching for the Fountain of Youth, he posted his penis leaderboard here. Nighttime erection data from my 19-year-old son and me. His duration is 2 minutes longer than mine. Raise children to stand tall, be firm, and be upright. How inspirational. And then we have the wiener Wikipedia. I mean, I've been saying, I think Brian Johnson's work is overall a net positive because he's just this guinea pig for humanity where he tries everything to make himself younger and combat, like, aging and all that, which is cool, and it leads to some really interesting discoveries, such as how he recently had to announce that he stopped doing one of his protocol because it was actually accelerating his aging, the exact opposite of what you want to happen. But then you get some weird shit like this where he's really fixated on cock. So he has videos about, like, how I made my 48-year-old cock into an 18-year-old penis. A dick. I turned my cock into a dick. And I'm usually just kind of, you know, lukewarm on that. You know, that's not vital research, I don't think. And then this came out a couple days ago. Also weird. Does not having high enough stats in your penis mean you'll die quicker? I don't know. I don't really know what it means. Oh, I mean, I know what it means in the context of the genitals, but I don't know what it means in his overall quest for eternal youth. So we have number of erection episodes, 5, which I didn't know you were getting 5 erections per night. I thought it was just like 1 erection sometimes, and if you're really unlucky, you get a nocturnal emission where you wake up with cum on you. I didn't realize that this happens so much. That's gotta be miserable for people that, like, toss and turn in their sleep, right? That'd be painful. That'd be very painful. But very competitive stats. How would you even log this? He might have a special mattress that can measure the amounts of erection per night. I also don't know how you quantify erection quality. Jarvis, activate erection analysis. I see, sir. Very well. 94% quality on all 5 of your erection episodes last night. Extraordinary work, sir. Rookie numbers. True. Not even 100% quality. This feels like I'm checking my credit score, except it's far more important. This is invaluable research. If he gets to 100, does he get to use his alt? Yeah, at 100% he alts. He fertilizes himself. 5 times a night is rookie numbers. I have Bluetooth PPRing and it tells me I have 20. Oh man, we got some real competitive erections in here. How does he keep track of his son's stats? Does he ask him? Yeah, I think his son's pretty involved in his dad's work. Like, you might remember they had that intergenerational plasma exchange where he took his son's plasma and then he gave his plasma to his dad, so they did like this plasma bake swap, basically. Do they sleep in pods, like an MRI machine with the Pinor camera? No, so he's shown his setup. He sleeps in just a normal bed. So I don't really get how it measures his winky episodes. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, Vikesh, I couldn't tell you. He eventually eats his son for young proteins. Yeah, like Kronos. Oh man, that'd be nuts. No, I think this is the only stat that he posted. I'll double check. The only nighttime erection stats that he posted. Yep, this is all he posted on it. From out of nowhere, Brian Johnson just drops the boner stats and then nothing else. They didn't follow it up or anything. Oh, actually, interestingly enough, 4 hours ago he posted this. What a throwback. Bobby Althoff. I haven't seen her in a long time. I can already imagine this interview was amazing. Bobby, have you ever heard of nighttime erections? I measure them. In fact, I'm one of the top scorers of nighttime erections with a 94% quality. Over 184-minute duration as well. What are your stats? I mean, I'd measure it if I knew how. I'd get whatever Amazon gadget or Temu device that you need to measure nighttime erections. I'd do it. I'd be very curious to see how active my winky is when I'm sleeping. Especially when I'm having those dreams about playing Marvel Rivals. I bet my cock is going crazy like a joystick. It's made by Atom Health. What is the device to measure this? Oh, here. Atom Health Sensor. It's the world's first erection health tracker. I see. Track, understand, and take control of your erection health. Due to overwhelming demand, the Atom sensor is currently on a waiting list. How many feet? What? Also, it's like a tiny little pocket pussy, I guess. That can't be comfortable to sleep in. You put it in the cage? Oh, interesting. Wait, yeah. Book Shockwave Therapy. Hold on. I don't know if they're gonna actually show anything bad here. Like, if I click Shockwave Therapy, it's just wiener everywhere. It's a low-intensity shockwave treatment for penis and erection rejuvenation. Looks like it's for people that suffer from ED. This might be a real thing. This doesn't seem like any kind of joke or anything. Oh, here we go. Atom sensor elaborates. The importance of nighttime erections. Healthy adult males typically experience between 3 to 5 erection episodes during sleep, totaling 1.5 to 3 hours. They play a vital role in maintaining penile tissue health by providing oxygen-rich blood flow. Similar to how regular exercise maintains muscle tone, nighttime erections help preserve the elasticity and function of erectile tissues. The erections aren't just important for erectile health, they can also provide valuable insights into your overall well-being, including cardiovascular, metabolic, and hormonal health. Wow! 1.5 to 3 hours a night spent bricked up. I don't believe that. Since the Atom sensor's flying off the shelves like fidget spinners, I'm gonna have to just make my own. What I might do is I'll just set my phone up on the charger to just film my waist while I'm sleeping, and I'll sleep without the covers on and just track how long I stay hard for. I'll do it analog, the way our forefathers monitored their erectile health at night. I just don't believe that claim. That's so long. Stream it. What a banger stream. That'd go crazy, that'd be ballistic. Are you gonna buy the Atom sensor? First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just film myself sleeping and see how long I stay hard for. Because that's something I can just do tonight. That'll be very interesting data. What if you sleep face down or away from the camera? Well, I don't sleep face down. I'm not a stomach sleeper. And I usually don't, like, side sleep all that often either. I should be fine. I'll try and stay, like, perfectly neutral on my back, so that way you'll know. There'll be no guesswork. But how are you gonna measure the erection quality? I'll just eyeball it. If it looks like a strong meat stick, I'll say that's a 90% at least. Yeah, no, it's a real tweet. It's not like a joke or anything. It's pretty crazy. Are you wearing undies or going commando? No, I'll be wearing pants. I'm not gonna show you guys the video. I'm not gonna let you guys look at my nighttime erections. It's for me, my own data. And I'll just share the results with you. Not the footage. You can make raw footage members only. True, I guess. You should send your own data to Brian Johnson to compare boners. Yeah, tag me in for the study. I'll send him just a video, an 8-hour video of my wiener going up and down sometimes. I'll be like, oh, good data. I'll send it to the lab. Justin Bieber is the Fortnite of pop music. Everyone shits on him, but he's still extremely popular. In fact, probably one of the most popular people in the world. I'd argue that there's only 2 names more famous than Justin Bieber's, RoboCop and Jesus Christ. So of course it was a big deal when the Biebs released his newest song, Yummy, and to no one's surprise, it blows asshole. It sucks fuck. It's just not good. It's aggressively generic and violently mediocre. Even the most die-hard Justin Bieber fans, the Beliebers as they're called by the International Terrorist Identification Unit, they don't even like it. They're not fans. It's just a very forgettably generic, not good song. You can't wiggle your finger to it because it's just passionless, soulless, and it's bad. And the music video is bad too, but it's not only fans that think it's bad. Even Justin Bieber's remarkably large marketing team is disappointed with its performance, and they're getting extremely desperate, begging for people to show interest and make it catch on as a meme or something. And Justin Bieber's marketing team is massive, by the way. That team is probably larger than all of Disney's lawyers combined. shit's crazy, and they're doing their best. They're firing on all cylinders. The fucking Justin Bieber's headquartered marketing strategy unit is probably on fire right now, coming up with ideas, because this shit is not landing. It's not doing well. So let me show you some of their desperate attempts to get people interested. You need to look no further than his Instagram page, where he posted these things, which are now deleted because it was so utterly pathetic. He was begging fans to just constantly replay on YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes, and even gave them a tutorial on how to do it, because the Biebs knows that his army of children is not old enough to know what half of these words mean, so he tried to spell it out and put it into a little Comic Sans font that even any 3-year-old could understand. Which is smart, but also scummy, desperate, and pathetic to look at from the outside, especially for someone of Justin Bieber's size. To not be able to get a song to be popular when you're as big as Justin Bieber, that's something special. At Justin's size, you best believe that he could do fucking anything and it would pop off. He could genuinely take a picture of his asshole stretched full goatsy. He could take a picture with a dead body urinating on it and it would still be an extremely successful post. Tons of engagement, people praising him as a modern artist genius. But this song is so bad that not even they are able to make it popular, so Justin has to try and brainwash them into making it popular. And I'm not stupid enough to think it's Justin posting these things. It's obviously his team of out-of-touch boomers that think this is an okay look, but it's still sad either way. And in the spirit of Justin Bieber and his begging, I'd like to say I think it's very sad that there's people out there that don't watch my streams at twitch.tv/moistcritical. Stop being so fucking sad. Come on over. I'd love to see you over there. I stream almost daily. And it's not just Instagram where the desperation is really up in your face and worn on his sleeve. His YouTube channel is also very clearly desperate here. He has a playlist for Yummy where there's 9 different videos of Yummy in here, but it's all just a re-upload of the song with a different coat of paint on it. There used to be 11, but 2 of them got removed, probably just due to embarrassment. But these horrible little animations here that seem like they were made by one of the Finger family units somewhere with no effort put into it. And then you know your song is a real piece of shit when Lele Pons and her crew of the worst comedians ever can't even make a popular video dancing to it. It's just a song that's flopping real hard, but you can see how hard they're trying. They're getting all of the most robotic, generic YouTubers to do shitty little dance moves to it. And it's just not paying off. No one gives a fuck about Yummy. It's a bad song. And yeah, I know it's low-hanging fruit to make fun of Lele Pons and that whole crew. It's a free punching bag that everyone drops their meat on. I get it. But when not even this corporate manufactured group of celebrities can make your song popular, that's something very special, because pretty much anything they put their names on has an audience and gets a lot of eyes, because, kids like that, and then people with real shit taste, of course. But not even they care about Yummy. I'd also like to point out in this video here with Justin on the FaceTime, he looks so fucking bored and uninterested. I'm pretty sure he hates this song, but the record company wanted something really safe and by the numbers, so they came up with this abomination. I feel like he just hates it, and he hates doing these videos. He's never smiling, he looks super bored, he's not even looking at the camera. So, I almost feel bad for Justin to a certain extent. But yeah, anyway, the playlist goes on. They have lip-syncing videos, Beliebers react videos, which isn't even them reacting. It's just a music video with an occasional blurb from them. They have choreographed dance moves to it. They have this weird food fight video, which is just this phase montage of random clips from TV shows where a food fight breaks out. I don't really understand it at all, but the whole playlist is just sad. But yeah, I've never really seen this before from someone of Justin Bieber's size, to be so openly desperate and crying out for attention and to try and manufacture or artificially inflate the views or the popularity of your song. That's something pretty new, and it's flopping pretty hard. It's backfiring. Not many people are enjoying it. Justin Bieber's Instagram is also super weird, because for like a full week he was posting random pictures of babies with the caption #Yummy. The whole fucking thing is just totally weird, and the song's goddamn awful, so that's about it. Just wanted to talk about it a little bit. So yeah. The things people get mad about on Twitter always blow me away. But sometimes that anger is so misguided and delusional, it actually makes me angry, and it creates this like Ouroboros of eating its own ass forever, where I'm angry at them, and they're angry at something that doesn't even deserve anger to begin with, and it's just this never-ending cycle of absolute despair. And while I can step back and recognize that this probably isn't healthy behavior on my part, I'm also doing nothing to stop it or break this cycle. In fact, I'm embracing it. I'm swimming around in the swamp and I'm just taking a goddamn bath in it because today I'm here to rant about what Twitter was angry about that made me angry. And that was a viral clip from a couple days ago where James Cameron refused to sign some shit from people that ambushed them outside. People were all up in arms, soiling their little diapers and going crazy about how James Cameron's ego needs to be checked. He's such a fucking douchebag for not signing those fans' autographs and this and that. And they didn't stop to think for even just 1 second that those weren't fans that were just shoving all kinds of merch in his face for him to sign. They were resellers. They were scalpers. They were fucking parasites. And James Cameron had every right to decline signing that shit because nobody likes resellers. Like, that's not a hot take. So I'll go ahead and play the clip now and then we'll dive into it a bit deeper. I went over it on stream, so I'll play that and then I'll come back in here so we can digest it even further. Oh yeah, I pulled this up because I saw this making the rounds on Twitter with some absolute terrible takes. I guess I'm curious, what does chat think of this?
James Cameron swears at fans after they beat him for not signing autographs.
Okay, so that's the clip. That warms my heart seeing overwhelming W's. Twitter was the opposite. Twitter got so upset for James Cameron, and I think it's because they have to be like actually 11 or brain dead. These aren't fans. These are scalpers and autograph resellers. I think James Cameron fucking ignoring them, not signing their shit so they could peddle it for some kind of crazy markup online is a fat fucking dubski for James Cameron. And the way they reacted to not getting that autograph, that sense of entitlement is sickening. One guy had the gall, the chutzpah, to say, "Pay up, asshole." Pay up, asshole. As if he fucking owes you that when you're just gonna go on Craigslist and try and resell that fucking dirty sock you're having him autograph or whatever. Absolute parasite vulture piece of shit. I hate it. And I felt like I was taking crazy pills because on Twitter, all of them were the opposite. James Cameron needs to get his ego checked. I'm not watching Avatar anymore. James Cameron's such a prick. Maybe James Cameron is a prick, but like I don't know enough about him to say that. The movie was good, and I think this behavior, it made me like him. Like, it's just the disconnect and like the lack of ability to figure out that these aren't fans. It's people just trying to sell his autograph. Oh, it made me furious. I got heated. Exactly, he does not owe anyone an autograph. If these were fans, I would imagine he would be more inclined to sign their shit. As opposed to being ambushed by paparazzi, scalpers, and resellers out of the fucking back door here. And then, like, immediately heckled and shit on. Yeah, it was a certified Twitter moment seeing the top replies to this. Oh, the Reddit comments are on his side. On James Cameron's side. It was just Twitter. I saw it first on Twitter. Twitter is home of brain rot. It's only getting worse too, man. It really feels like people are getting dumber and dumber and dumber on Twitter, man. It's weird. I felt like this should have been overwhelmingly in support of James Cameron here. Because, like it's not even a hot take. Nobody likes paparazzi, no one likes scalpers, and no one likes just autograph resellers. And yet, for some reason, they all dogpiled on James Cameron for this. Like, I don't know what happened. Once again, going back to the initial clip, the immediate outrage at James Cameron and everyone yelling and screaming at him and all their voices sound like middle-aged chain smokers. Just, like, that's not a rational response to this. Again, even if they were fans, they're not entitled to an autograph from James Cameron. But it's very clear these weren't fans to begin with. They were people looking to make a profit off selling his signature. This response actually just sounds like your local Beef O'Brady's when they announce they're out of Miller Lite to serve during a Monday night football game. It's very clear these aren't fans. They just saw this as a payday where they had the dollar signs in their eyes. When James Cameron came out, he'll sign their shit and they'll go turn around and sell it for a huge markup to actual fans of the series. Like, they're just pieces of shit. And I'm pretty sure the guy that's filming this is the one that keeps saying Avatard. He's very proud of that little zinger that he came up with because he says it like 3 times. He just keeps saying "avatard." And I know some people were like, oh, James Cameron took it so far with giving them the finger. Man, fuck that and fuck them. I think that's a totally reasonable thing to do. As you're driving away, just hit him with one of these bad boys. Maybe even the double whammy. Like, I think that's totally fine. And again, it's important to remember, he doesn't owe you shit. Even if you are a massive super fan who took an entire night off of work in order to ambush him because you found his GPS location through a fucking UAV or something. Like, even if you were a big fan that just wanted an autograph for your own personal use, he doesn't owe that to you, and you can't be upset if he declines to sign it. Being disappointed is a totally normal thing to respond with, like, oh man, I would have really liked that autograph. But this kind of like absolute, like immediate uproar is craziness. It's because people just realized they spent money to like Uber there or whatever, and now they're not going to be able to sell his autograph online, so that realization's setting in and they're lashing out like little children. And I really think the response to this clip is very telling of like the general mentality of Twitter users, this sense of entitlement. Like they truly believe that even if they were real fans, James Cameron should do everything for them. He should bend over and let them suck his fart out of his butt, like if they asked. They have this belief that everyone around them is props for their own world, like they are the main character, thus everything should be going their way, and when it's not, they get angry. I think that's like the general like headspace a lot of people on Twitter are in. So they saw this and got offended that James Cameron didn't sign this merch. Without ever even considering the possibility that these weren't fans, they were just trying to capitalize off that signature so they could make fucking $200, $300 or whatever that's going for online. Like, it's silliness, and it made me upset. It got me heated. It got me steaming a little bit. So I just wanted to talk about this a little bit, and that's about it. See ya.